Move into child's pose for me. Tina, Geri. If you find that the backward bend cycle, cobra work and bow work, has made the back feel a little bit uncomfortable, you can use child's pose for a relaxation. You don't have to lie on the tummy as I've suggested. Remember, I'm just guiding you through this, so you listen to how your body's feeling on that day and respond to that. That's your yoga, that's your union of your own mind, as I've mentioned, your own body. Okay, spinal twist work. So, I'm going to come and do this one with you. Tina, when you're ready, rolling
you just
up.
do this when you're watching TV.
Yeah.
It's great.
It's great. Okay. Tina, if you wouldn't mind taking the left leg forwards and crossing the right leg over the body. Okay, so we're going to relax onto the left cheek. Okay, we're going to bring the right leg across the body, place the right sole of the foot in the floor, and you want to find both sit bones on the floor. You don't want to be tilted up, otherwise the pelvis is wonky.
Both cheeks on the floor.
Both cheeks on the floor. Okay, good. You're going to take your right arm behind the body, right in the centre of the back where the spine is. Okay, if the palm goes right to the floor, great. If it doesn't, no worries. You're going to inhale, left arm up and over, so just pull it upwards. And exhale across the body. So rotating the vertebrae, rotating the spine. Keep the head moving over the right shoulder if it's comfortable. The breathing will become a little bit more shallow now, just because of the posture that you're in.
And I've got to try and keep my back straight, yeah?
Definitely. You don't want to allow the pelvis to tilt in this posture. You're building, so keep prompting yourself, prompting yourself, prompting yourself, until eventually it feels comfortable to sit right up on the bones. How does it feel?
Good.
Okay, let's come out of this one. Stretch your left arm up. And exhale. To the side?
Yep.
Okay, so you're sitting on the right cheek. You've brought the left leg around the body. Both hip equal, both sit bones into the floor. Left arm behind you. Again, prompt the posture.
Is my foot flat on the floor like that? Up?
Yeah, definitely flat, sole down. Okay. And inhaling, right arm up. And across the body. Good. Have a look over the left shoulder for me. So
it's great for your posture, isn't it?
It is, really good one. And it's a good one to wring out everything.
Yes, squeezing out the rubbish of the day. And that person's being annoying, just get it out.
A dirty dishcloth.
Yeah. Because they say a lot of people will hold their emotion in their tummy.
That's true.
Spine, yeah, and it's just getting rid of it.
Okay, so you could change the arms in this posture. You could have the arm long. Okay, keep looking round to the back. Good. Or you could try high five. High five. High five.
High five.
Good.
Or if you've done yoga for a few years,
yeah,
you can pop your hand through.
Bind it. Would you mind binding it for me, Geri? I'm just going to come back out. Good, that's nice. And again, think of opening up the shoulders. Good, Tina, coming up and out of this pose. And exhale.
So this is something to work towards.
Good.
I couldn't reach at first, so just doing that is enough.
And come up and out of it, inhaling, good, and exhaling. Excellent. Okay, let's go into crow, balancing posture. Bit of fun. Take your time, again, another advanced pose.
Yeah.
Very good for concentration.
Yeah, and confidence.
Yeah.
And I think the great thing about it is fun, that's the point.
Exactly.
You know, everyone needs a little bit of fun.
Kids love this one. Okay, you must be really careful though. I would put a cushion in front of you or do it on a carpeted floor because the floor is hard, okay? So, take your time. It's good doing flesh on flesh.
Yeah.
So I get a bit of leg out. Keep a point of focus, so you might choose something, a ring or a cushion in front of you. You've got 3 points, like a triangle, 2 being your hands, and the third point, as I've suggested, a ring or a cushion. You're going to take the arms on the inside of the legs, so where the crease is of the knee. You're going to be above the elbow joint, okay? And the hands are a little bit turned inwards, so you're following the line of the arm. Focus forwards. Okay, so you're going to lift up very gently through the pelvis. Take your time to travel forwards. Keep the eyes looking forwards. If you look underneath, normally you could fall a little. Take your time. Okay, so keep the toes on the floor for a simpler version to start with.
Mine are off.
It's absolutely fine. Doing the advanced version. It takes a long time to get into this for some people. So you could, as Tina's suggesting, taking 1 foot off the floor, just tentatively testing the balance. Good, and think of pushing. Okay, next time, when you're ready, Tina, you can come down and rest. If you do it once more for me, Geri, do you mind?
Right.
Good. Fingertips flex,
Do
open.
1 foot at a time.
Yeah, 1 foot at a time. Now think of pushing into the hands, push down away from the body. That's it. Woo!
That's what happens. Good for... and then just going to headstand.
They're going to headstand there.
Yeah.
Good, nice. Okay, have a
If it all
rest.
goes wrong, just go into child's pose. Forget about it.
And just rest. Okay, relax. So what I was going to suggest was if you get into crow, you think of pushing away. That'll give you a little bit more balance, pushing away. All right. Okay.
Don't do that one at home.
Tina, if you wouldn't mind joining, we're going to be standing up. Couple more poses. So let's turn this way, facing forwards. Standing forward bend, okay. Done this in sun exercise already. So let's go right into it. Inhale. Good, forwards and down, exhale. So you're getting a good stretch through the hamstrings, through the back. Remember, it doesn't matter where you are. Eventually in time, the hands will move down to the floor. To help pull the body down, hold on to the elbows. Allow the crown of the head to relax. And now breathe.
Shall I energise my legs, like pull them up? No.
Yeah, give them a little energy, although it's not important. If you're feeling that the balance isn't quite with you, then you might need a little bit of stability, so energise the legs a little. Meaning lift the kneecaps a bit, just lift up into the thighs. Think of exhaling out into the crown of the head. Close your eyes, and as you breathe out, focus on the crown of the head. Breathe out the back of your neck. Breathe out your elbows. Good, stay down there, breathe out between the shoulder blades. Breathe out, allow the rib cage to drop. That's it, that's what you want, that letting go feeling. If the knees are bent, absolutely no problem. Exhale right into the lower back.
Your toes do look pretty.
Thank you. For some more options here, you can interlock the first finger around your large toe and sort of pull yourself inwards gently. Even if the legs are bent, that's absolutely no problem.
It's really lovely to see progression in yourself. Because, yeah.
It's very inspiring for yourself,
totally.
isn't it?
It's like when you're a child and you learn to do a roly-poly.
And with yoga, with yoga it works very quickly, doesn't it?
Yeah, totally, because I could never touch my toes.
And when you're ready, relax the arms, stretch forwards. When you're ready, Tina,
like how we come out of sun sleep.
Exactly, coming all the way up, and just allow the arms to rest at the side of the body. Sometimes being upside down can make you feel a little bit dizzy, so just relax. If you need to go down to the floor, rest, do.
It's a nice dizzy though.
A nice sort of like, ooh. Okay, my favourite posture, triangle pose to finish with. So we're going to face the front.
Okay.
Okay, your feet are going to be about 3.5 foot apart. Best way to get into it is a little jump. Okay. Feet are in parallel. Make sure that they're in line across, so you haven't got 1 foot forwards. That's really important, otherwise the hips are all wonky. Your hip bones, think of the Belisha beacons on the front of your hip bones. They don't move at all through this. You need to keep the hips completely straight. This is very good for the waist, pulling in the waist. It's very good for bending the spine. Again, we're bending the spine this way. Before we were bending it forwards. Cobra, bending it backwards. So we're doing a little lateral bend for the spine.
Good to get a tone waist.
Yeah, definitely.
Sucking it all in.
And very good for the kidneys. Very good for energising the kidneys. So you're going to turn your right foot out 90 degrees. Have a look to see whether your heel is on the inside of your other foot. So you might need to bring it forward a little bit. Okay. And you're going to just inch your left foot, your left heel back a tiny bit here. And again, notice that the hips haven't twisted, bring them forwards. Inhale your arms out to the side.
I have to really remember to do that about the hips because I tend to swing.
Yeah.
So yeah, I have to remind myself.
And don't bring the arms too high, yeah? Shoulder height. Breathe in. Release the hips to your left. Breathe in, stretch. Breathe out all the way down. Remember, it doesn't have to go too far. All the way down, keep the hips open. Back of the hand against the leg. Look up at that left arm. If it's not comfortable looking up, just look down to the foot.
Pick a spot and that will help your balance.
Exactly. And staying here for me, please.
And I energise my legs, yeah?
Definitely, to give you more stability. Whenever you're doing standing postures, give the legs a bit of energy. Good, so keep thinking of opening up this hip, exactly. Use the pressure on the back of this hand here to open up the shoulder.
Squash against each other.
Exactly, so you get that pressure. And then think of strings attached to the fingers lengthening you to give you height. Good.
But I find that this posture gives you a mental stability as well as physical. Yeah.
Good.
To kind of really ground you.
And when you're ready, inhale coming up for me, Tina. And exhale, both feet turn in.
The other side.
And relax, yeah. Good, okay, let's go on to the other side. Left foot turns out, 90 degrees. Remember, have a look where that middle of the foot is.
Yeah.
Come forwards.
And the other foot's got to be in slightly, like
yep.
Tiny little bit.
Turn the heel back a smidge.
Okay.
Inhale, arms out to the side. Exhale, release your hips over to your right. Good, inhale, stretch across. Exhale, tip the hands, turn the palms forward and tip down, so you're flat as a pancake. You don't want to be forwards this way.
As you're tipping down, where's my eye line? Just outward?
Upwards, upwards if you can, or downwards, yeah?
So when your shoulders open, yeah?
Definitely. And you don't want to be tipping forwards or too far back. You want to be as flat as pancakes, almost lifted through the waist.
And sometimes I really wobble when I do it, it just depends.
Again, it's
how I'm feeling, yeah.
You can kind of judge how you're doing in your day, really, from the postures. Exactly. And again, strings attached towards the fingers and upwards. This is nice. And again, think of opening up that hip just a smidge more.
Nice, I'm quite grounded today.
Good, that's nice. And Tina, lengthening, lengthening, lengthening. Good, yes, that extra inch is what you were looking for. And the legs are energised. And coming up and out of it. And exhale, turn the feet back into parallel. We're just going to widen the feet a little bit now. Okay, warrior pose.
Oh, this is my favourite.
Okay.
Yeah, hurrah.
Peaceful warriors.
Yeah, absolutely. The way of a peaceful warrior.
Okay, turn the right foot out, 90 degrees. So you've opened the legs a little bit wider now. What you're doing is very strong for the leg, this one, okay? Strong for the thigh, so when you need to, just come right out of it. Keep the hips to your front and keep them in line with each other. You don't want the pelvis to tilt, like in the last section. So you're going to bend down onto the front leg. Good, just a little higher up for me, Tina, if that's comfortable. Perfect. And look over the front hand.
So not too much pressure on that knee, sort of keep the energy still in your waist and bottom.
Exactly, yeah, keep lifting upwards. It's really important that you stay upright in this posture rather than collapsed. Think of the energy through the crown of the head. You can always go lower if you want to.
Is that more intense?
It is more intense, yeah.
Okay.
And again, what tends to happen is a little bit like this.
Sticking your bottom out.
Exactly, so you really want to keep it underneath. Keep the hip bones in line with each other. And look over that front hand. It's important to keep the focus.
Like focus. On a spot.
Of course, you can come right back out of it. It's strong for the thigh, yeah?
But great for the thigh.
But great for the thigh.
Thighs of steel.
Good, and make sure the back of the leg isn't bending. Of course, you're twisting the knee, and keep the pressure
sort of like pull up.
Exactly, keep the pressure on the outside of that foot so it's not like this. You can always stay upright, and when we're ready, come out of it, turn the feet into parallel, take the hands on the hips, breathe in, stretch forwards and down, and relax. And this will just release the back a little bit.
And release any anger or tension.
Yeah.
So you can take the path of being a peaceful warrior. Kill with kindness instead. There you go.
And it doesn't matter if you're here, it doesn't matter if your knees bend. Good, just
flop.
Yeah, just flop, like a rag doll. Breathe out, exhale, and allow everything to drop. Breathe in, and again exhale, allow it to drop more. Heavy head. Arms, if you want to hold on to elbows, perfect, as you're doing. Even if you wanted to get a stretch going, you could hold on to the ankles and pull yourself gently through. And when you're ready, rolling up slowly, you can soften the knees if the legs are quite wide.
Yeah, sometimes my legs lock.
Yeah.
So I kind of have to...
Yeah, roll up, and you're just going to move the legs a little bit wider. Good, make sure that leg's parallel, turn towards that front leg, keep the hips open, and bending down into warrior. Knee over the toe. Make sure your knee is over the toe so it's not inwards.
For each position that you do, how many roughly would you say how many breaths to do in, you know, if you
I would say to begin with, if you can hold it for three or four inhalations, exhalations.
Yeah. You were by yourself.
Yeah. And then just keep building it up. Good, remember to soften the shoulders. You don't want the shoulders to be up around the ears.
And hips facing front.
Yeah, hips are facing front, open to the front.
Bottom under.
Yep, exactly. The temptation will be like this, to keep the hip up. So you almost want to flatten it down into the socket.
And energise right down through to the fingers.
Yeah, keep the energy going right through to the fingertips. And also exhale right down into the feet as well. That'll keep you grounded. And when you're ready, come out and up. Turn the feet into parallel again. Hands on the hips, breathe in. Exhale, forwards and down, and relax.
I think one would be so surprised, the power of the breath. When I do that, I just feel so energised, and I almost feel like my metabolism just going.
Yeah, when you focus on your breathing, your mind becomes steady. If your breath is irregular, then the mind is quite scattered usually. So it's a good tip when you've had a busy day and the mind's quite scattered, then just take a quiet moment and focus on the breath, slow it right down, and it brings you back to that peaceful, calm place. And when you're ready, soften the knees and rolling up. Good. And bring one leg in, one leg in. Good.
That's lovely.
All right. Let's interlock the hands behind the back just briefly. If it's not comfortable, just take the arms behind you.
I like this.
Just to open up the chest, so just so we've gone in a different direction. Good. Okay, we're going to start on tree posture now. It's a balancing pose.
Tree.
Tree pose.
Let's go and hug a tree.
Okay, so we've done a balancing posture on our hands in the last section, crow pose. This one is on our feet. You have to imagine your foot is huge because that's your platform, okay? So when you're ready, you're starting off in parallel, completely parallel, no turn out at all. And you're going to transfer your weight very slowly onto your right foot and leg. So from being central onto the right foot. For a beginner, my suggestion would be on the side of the calf. For somebody a little bit more advanced, on the side of the thigh. And again, Geri, if you wanted to try the lotus one, you could do, but again, it's advancing it right up here.
I think I'll do the medium one.
Do the medium one, okay?
Yeah.
But never on the side of the knee. Remember, the knees are joint, and we love our knees. Okay, so here we go. All right with that, Tina?
And that's an in-breath.
Yeah. Stepping into it, transferring the weight carefully. Good. And sometimes flesh on flesh sticks better. So you'll see when you get there.
I sometimes find when I do this, some days I just completely wobble. Other days, you know, can do it. It's kind of reflection how you feel, isn't it?
Yeah, I was just about to say that. It is how the mind is. It's all right.
Mind reading.
Okay, so hands are in prayer position by the heart centre where the breastbone is. Look at a spot. Focus on that. Don't allow the eyes to waver. And you're breathing.
Can I take my arms up as well?
You can definitely. That's advancing the pose. So you can take the arms upwards.
Ooh, that's kind of tricky. I'm wobbling.
Keep thinking of lifting through the waist and tummy, yeah? Don't allow yourself to sit in the posture. Keep lengthening through the knee, energise the leg. Imagine the foot's huge, like a tree that you've got roots going downwards as you breathe out. Think of rooting the foot into the floor. To make it even harder, you could try with the eyes closed. Maybe take the hands into prayer position first, Geri, right into the centre here, and then try it with the eyes closed.
That is so difficult. Is that amazing?
Just keep thinking of your stomach here.
I really wobble when I do it like that.
Yeah. Remember, trees move though, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm blowing in the wind.
Blowing in the wind. Okay, down into parallel. And onto the other side.
Yeah.
Okay. Good. And lifting if you need to, help it along. Hands into prayer position. Make sure
I'm going to try a lotus this side, is that okay?
Yeah, that's fine.
Do that, I'm not going to imbalance myself.
Try and keep the hips aligned. You don't want them to be tipped. Keep the hips aligned, open up out of the waist. Hands into prayer position. And breathe. Perhaps take 4 rounds of breath. Good. Okay, this is nice. My suggestion would be to try and drop the tailbone down a little bit. At the moment, what's happening is that you're a little bit tucked like that. So you're pushing into the lower back. So just think of pulling the tummy inwards and upwards a little bit. Yeah, that's better. That's better. Can you feel that tiny bit?
Yeah, my foot's slipping though.
Right.
Oh dear.
Good. Lovely, Tina. And when you're ready, lifting the arms above the head, inhaling. Good. And lengthen the arms, lengthen the arms. Even if the hands need to separate, that's fine. Good, so you can get a nice length through the arms, through the shoulders, the elbows. Prayer position for me into the chest. And exhale, foot to the floor.
Namaste, thank you.
Namaste. Good. Okay, we're going to go and have a relax.
Excellent.
All the way down to the back. Rest.
Well deserved.
Well
What's
deserved.
The reward, relaxation.
All the way down to the back and have it relax. Legs hip width, arms turn to the ceiling, and close your eyes. Enjoy.